My beloved child, listen closely. Now is your moment. Do you feel the weight of your ancestors' prayers? The hidden chains, the silent struggles, all reaching across time to you, crying out for freedom. The enemy has kept you bound with forgotten pacts, with unseen snares. But today I declare, those chains are broken. I have heard the prayers of those who came before you, and I am delivering you into the abundant life I've always promised. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. This is the hour for you to rise. Step into your divine inheritance and watch as every curse shatters, every door opens, and every burden is lifted. The past has no hold over you anymore. Claim your victory, for it is already secured. It's time to break free for you and your lineage. The battle is already won, and the favor of heaven is flooding your life. Act now, my child, for you were born for such a time as this. Your ancestors, those who once walked this earth, did far more than simply hand down their lineage. They carried with them impassioned prayers, quiet tears, and enduring internal struggles. They came before me, mourning the burdens they could no longer shoulder, and entrusted me with petitions I have guarded in my heart to this very day. Now, one of these precious souls stands in the holiest place before my throne, interceding for you. This soul arrives with unspoken sighs, deep pains, and incomplete prayers from your family line. It sees hidden chains, forgotten covenants your forebears entered without realizing their weight, and it pleads earnestly for my intervention. You may wonder why this is being addressed at this particular moment. It is because your adversary is never at rest, always seeking to breach the sacred bonds I established for your ancestors. It manipulates accidental promises and unmet commitments to confine your family line within never-ending cycles of hurt and hopelessness. Though human memory may bury these agreements, they remain active in the spiritual realm. A hasty vow, an unplanned promise, or even a desperate act might have shaped an unseen but binding tie. Such covenants function like chains, trapping your family in repeated struggles, relentless lack, fractured bonds, and perpetual uncertainty. But now I am bringing these matters into the light, for I have chosen this moment to break every restrictive bond and free you from the turmoil and confusion the enemy engineered. The enemy aimed to interrupt the flow of divine favor, the blessings I have set aside for your lineage through the ages. Those ancient covenants your forebears unknowingly formed, and whose outcomes they did not foresee, granted the enemy an entry point to exert dominance over those you love. Yet in this hour, I decree the season of those chains is finished. I am restoring rightful order and laying a pathway so you may embrace the freedom I set aside for you from the beginning. Remember this: misery no longer defines your heritage. Every curse that once bound you is undone. Rise with confidence, lift your voice in prayer, and declare your liberty. Open your heart wide to receive the blessings I have in store. Know that I am the God who rescues. I witness the anguish passed down over time, and I have decided that through you, the old will vanish, and all things will become renewed. Live in this freedom, certain that I have torn away every barrier and ushered you into a realm of hope, serenity, and abundance. Pause and consider my words, for I am revealing a profound tie between you and those who came before you, an invisible yet vital truth for your spirit. Your link with them goes beyond mere ancestry or the tales handed down through each generation. It is a sacred covenant forged by pledges, devotions, and sometimes unseen burdens. This is the hour for these buried elements to come to light, for your liberty to flourish, and for you to step boldly into the calling I have ordained for you. Long forgotten vows and pacts, some made by your ancestors without full comprehension, brought forth blessings, yet also opened doors to hidden chains. These weights are not your doing, but they have been transferred through generations like concealed shadows. You have sensed them, not with your natural senses, but as a heaviness that holds you back from the favor and freedom I desire you to enjoy. The enemy exploited these undisclosed covenants as an open gate to keep you in cycles of defeat, reversal, and confusion. He wants you to think it all comes down to life's circumstances, when in truth, these are spiritual snares he has tightened across generations. However, one from your family line, a soul who departed this world long ago, has approached me with heartfelt prayers. Time and distance could not hinder their pursuit of my presence on your behalf. Their deep love for you led them to intercede for your release, that you would be free to fulfill the purpose I placed within you. They brought no blame or despair to my throne. Instead, they came with bravery, steadfast hope, and an urgent cry. In those prayers I discerned a gentle anguish, a plea for me to deliver a righteous decree to dismantle each invisible shackle the enemy has cast upon your family. They saw the old vows, unjust covenants, and layered spiritual burdens spanning generations, blocking your path to my gracious plan. They also beheld the light that dwells in you, a light no darkness can extinguish, a mission resonating from eternity. They perceived your great potential, your solid heart, and the noble assignment for which I destined you. Their burning wish is for you to be loosed from every hindrance, so you may stand resolute, beam brightly, and be a figure of hope in the world as I designed. My beloved child, I have heard their prayers. I have observed every tear, every plea of love voiced on your behalf. I have announced that the burdens of yesterday and the curses that afflicted your lineage are now destroyed. I have declared that no obstacle can deter you, because my name reigns supreme, and your liberation is secured by me. Recognize, my child, that each shattered curse clears the way for blessing. The prayers your ancestors offered, their quiet tears, and their profound longing for future generations to walk free have deeply moved me. I am not just setting you free, but restoring what was stolen across the years. Stand and move boldly ahead. I have severed every chain and opened a gateway to your divine heritage. The promises I have for you are not empty aspiration. They will come to pass, for I am faithful to fulfill all I speak. This is a sacred juncture where heaven and earth unite to achieve my plan. No longer are you enslaved by curses, accusations, or unintentional covenants of the past. I have proclaimed that they have lost their grip. Envision walls collapsing, prison doors flung wide, and the light from my throne illuminating your life, driving away the dark. Understand that you are not merely witnessing a transformation. You play a pivotal role in it. That which was once concealed in shadow, the enemy's strategies, is now laid bare. I am making it clear that the curses, cycles of heartache, and constraints no longer have authority. Your family stands liberated, your lineage renewed, and my blessings flood into your life like a mighty river. Yet this hour is not meant for inaction. Step into the freedom I have spoken. Walk out the victory already promised to you. Do not allow terror or disbelief to hinder you. Be strong and rise, for the time you enter now is one of prosperity, delight, and bountiful mercy. All I have prepared for you will soon take shape. Never forget that with freedom comes the duty to cherish and share the gifts you have been given. You are called to bear light, deliver hope, and spark lasting change in your community. This move is not solely for you, but so you might serve as my vessel, guiding others into the same release and favor you now hold. Advance, my beloved, for I have cleared the way and placed your feet on a path of brightness. Do not turn back, because the past no longer controls you. Do not delay, because the moment to act is upon you. I have furnished you with might, understanding, and capability to live beyond every limitation. Grasp this invitation, for your future radiates with my solid promises. Strive forward in liberty and triumph, because I have personally cut your bonds. My dear one, the decision remains yours. You can either walk in alignment with my purpose and will, or remain confined by dread and hesitation. I have watched you stand at the intersection where countless voices try to pull you every which way. But keep in mind, my word is your guiding flame. And so long as you trust in me, you will not lose your bearings. Every pronouncement I have made over you is charged with power, incapable of returning void, and it will manifest in my appointed time, in my chosen manner. All I require is trust Trust that does not waver when circumstances shift or doubts arise. Put aside fear, for I have not imparted to you a spirit of cowardice, but one of strength, compassion, and clear thinking. Do not let suspicion cloud your perspective, since skepticism is the enemy's method of siphoning away your blessing. Instead, close the door on uncertainty, open your heart to faith, and proceed as though you have already seen the fulfillment of all I am arranging. I have ordained a noble plan for you, surpassing your loftiest imaginings. Yet to experience its fullness, you must align your soul with my guidance. My will is not a weight upon you. It is the route to genuine liberation and purpose. When you heed my direction, you will see all the pieces align, and what once felt out of reach will become tangible in your life. Remember, nothing I have affirmed can ever be reversed. But there is one principle you must cherish in your heart to seize freedom and receive the breadth of blessings awaiting you. Adopt it with humility and gratitude. Let gratitude be the unwavering bedrock beneath your feet, never forgetting that your blessings emerge from my expansive grace rather than your own might. Beloved, there may still be concealed corners within you, unresolved anger or resentment stemming from transgressions of long ago. Yet I tell you, holding on to grudges, bitterness, and old wounds only shackles your spirit, locking you away from the freedom I intend. Now is the moment to address these issues, not to spiral in regret or point fingers, but to surrender them fully. You are not entrapped by the errors or missteps of prior generation. You were chosen to stand tall and overturn the repeated cycles of failure that have plagued your family. I have infused in you the power, discernment, and bravery to do so. Though it is no simple endeavor, it is the road to restoration, not just for you, but for everyone linked to your lineage. If you let forgiveness reign in your heart, you release yourself from the shadows of the past, opening a channel for my grace to flow abundantly. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It is opting for love in place of hurt. Allow your heart to unburden so that my light may shine through and rejuvenate you. Face and dismantle the patterns that imprisoned your family. Mindsets, beliefs, and habits, keeping you from the abundance and healing I yearn to provide. But do not fear, for I accompany you always, directing each of your movements. Walk onward, trusting that as you free yourself from these chains, you sow seeds of hope, joy, and abundance for the future. Surrender to me all that fills your heart. Permit me to tend your wounds and illuminate your way. Choose to rely on me, releasing your grip, and walk in the open spaces of freedom I created for you. You are the one appointed to usher in a new chapter, a story of expectation, provision, and wholeness within my gracious design. The enemy has no foothold over you unless you grant him the right to enter. Precious child, I have vested you with authority beyond anything he can conceive, an authority flowing from me, your maker, guardian, and redeemer. With this empowerment, you can dissolve every chain that has confined your family for ages and demolish every fortress the enemy raised in your heritage. Curses, torments, and limits the enemy aimed at you hold no genuine power. They flourish only if you permit them, if you choose not to engage the faith I have endowed you with. Now I urge you to rise with tenacity and boldness. Speak my assurances with unwavering resolve. Every promise within my word is sharper than the keenest blade, cutting through every facade the enemy has constructed. Keep in mind that victory was finalized well before the conflict began. You do not fight to secure the win. You fight from a vantage point of triumph. When you stand in faith and proclaim my supremacy, every chain is shattered, every curse is undone, and every malicious scheme collapses. He is impotent where you exercise my authority. So open your lips and declare your victory. Announce that you are emancipated, that your household is liberated, and that my blessings flow openly through you. Proclaim your belonging to me, that no power can disconnect you from my love and might. At the sound of this, the enemy quakes, for he lacks any dominion over my children. Remain steadfast in the purity I have conferred upon you, because you do not wage battle by yourself. I stand alongside you, fighting on your behalf, and I will never forsake you. Every word of mine is faithful. Each triumph you announce is assured, and all bondage must crumble under the authority I have bestowed upon you. Press on in unwavering faith, as you are not merely chosen, you are already victorious in my name. Realize that the struggles you face extend beyond your present deeds. They are not merely about your slips, but the legacies of half-understood treaties made in the distant past. Decisions your ancestors embraced, leaving their fingerprints upon your family's story. These are more than everyday ordeals. They are spiritual altercations, unfolding in unseen dimensions where the enemy seeks to claim what is not his. My child, appreciate that this conflict does not revolve solely around you. It is a battle for your soul, for your everlasting destiny, and for the treasures I wish to grant you and those who will follow in your steps. The enemy grasps your significance in your family line. He comprehends the extraordinary mission I assigned to you, the freedom I am bringing to pass through your life, and so he has labored relentlessly to unsettle you, cloud your vision, and induce despair. But hear me, you do not wage this war for yourself alone. You stand in the breach to shield future generations. Each prayer you raise, each time you comply with my voice, each stride of faith you take, they form resounding pronouncements against the enemy, declaring that your family line will no longer be held captive by ancient bonds. You are remolding your family's sacred narrative, replacing ages of suffering, loss, and shame with a clear and hopeful future for your children and all who succeed them. Take courage, for you never stand alone in these struggles. I am present with you, fighting at your side, having granted you the resilience to conquer every trial. I have equipped you with my word as a weapon, a shield of faith, and the safeguard of my grace. My pledges stand unshakable beneath your feet, and my presence leads you through every test. Precious child, keep in mind that what you do now will echo beyond your present circumstances, ushering unending change for those yet unborn. Walk steadily in unwavering belief, for every moment you stand tall signals that your heritage belongs to me, that you are liberated, and that my light will sweep away every place where the enemy tries to linger. This is your time to rise, to prevail, and to grow into who I intended you to be. As you press forward, dear one, understand that I not only walk beside you, but go ahead of you, preparing the ground and aligning every detail flawlessly. I will unveil your path and show you which choices to make, which doors to open. The prison walls that once hemmed you in will be destroyed, not through your might, but through my power and guidance. I will supply you with discernment to spot the opportunities I bring and recognize the people who cross your path not by accident, but according to my plan. These will be individuals who embolden you, spark your hope, and guide you deeper into the truth. Receive such blessings gladly, because each connection is laden with significance, even if not instantly apparent. You need never traverse in gloom or doubt. My spirit will direct you like a lantern in the night, and my angels will surround you, thwarting every tactic devised by the enemy. When you approach a crossroads, listen for my voice. I will speak softly to your heart, affirm it in my word, and position signs to guide you, not because you hold all the answers, but because I am the one leading. Believe in the freedom decreed over your life. No chain can restrain you, no barrier can block you, for I have declared you free and handed you the keys to every shut door. Though hardship might arise, do not forget that in every step you are immersed in grace, steered by my wisdom, and shielded by my power. My beloved, march onward in confidence, for you are entering not solely into your personal blessings, but into a fresh chapter of the grand design I have shaped for you. Every footfall bears my presence, and you will not merely gain deliverance, but become a beacon of hope and a motivation to others. This is a season brimming with liberty, revival, and fulfillment. Those who came before you, your forefathers who once inhabited the earth, gaze upon you silently each time you venture forth. They are not remote silhouettes from a distant past, but are intricately bound to you, closer than your own breath. Dwelling in timelessness, they see you not with physical eyes, but through hearts that perceive your elation, sorrows, and fervent aspirations. They struggled, loved, and devoted themselves, laying down stones for the path you now tread. All they gave up, all the dreams they left incomplete, all the whispered prayers have blended into the lifeblood that flows through your veins. They are far more than history. They are the bedrock on which you build your tomorrow. They imparted to you a heritage of love, fortitude, and faith, sacrificing themselves in hopes you would climb even higher, shine even brighter. When you feel isolated, know you are never truly alone. They linger in the sigh of the breeze, the gentleness of the sun, and the calm that somehow visits you during life's storms. They have prayed over you, standing between the realms of heaven and earth, appealing for the divine blessings of protection, insight, and direction in your life. They recognize things beyond your view and grasp what you cannot yet comprehend. They silently remind you that you were born for a reason, that your journey matters not only for your own sake, but for your lineage and those to come. Each action you take builds on what they began, and each time you stumble but rise again, it echoes the strength they handed down. Walk then, dear one, with humility and gratitude. Live knowing that your decisions extend beyond yourself. They also honor those who came before, breaking through barriers they once faced. May your life resonate with thanksgiving, lighting the way for you, those who came before, and those who have yet to arrive. Your ancestors, though in another realm, observe you with a love that surpasses all measure. They are not just names etched in family lore, but living, vibrant spirits woven into the divine music, offering consolation, motivation, and direction. I, the Lord your God, have granted them permission to accompany you like guiding torches, stepping in to aid, protect, and uphold you in your darkest hours. They speak not through ordinary language, but through holy channels, prophetic dreams, enlightening visions, and subtle yet unmistakable signals in creation. Keep your heart open to these signs, for they are sharing sacred truths to strengthen you, helping you tackle what now confronts you and grasp the hope of what lies ahead. Remain attentive to that gentle inward nudge. It is no random coincidence, but their loving counsel, illuminated by my spirit. Never think of them as mere observers. They guard, advise, and help ignite your passion. Whenever you lift your heart in prayer, when you plead for my counsel, they join with me to clear obstacles from your path. Every time you move forward with bravery and fidelity, you advance the story they helped begin. You are not simply fulfilling their aspirations. You are demonstrating my consistent mercy across many ages. Though your adversary schemes, attempting to disrupt you and sabotage my blueprint for your life, rest assured he will never conquer. I stand as your fortress, your shield, encompassing you under my protective wings, rendering each assault futile. No force, however fierce, can overpower my defense when you dwell in my presence, the place of complete security. But remember, my beloved, my protection for you is not restricted to keeping threats at bay. I have appointed an angelic guard to encircle you always. Among them are your predecessors, those souls who once lived and now journey alongside you across eternity. They do not merely watch impassively, but serve as your guardians, mentors, and warriors on this sacred path. Their devotion to you runs deep, their wish for your thriving unwavering. Every achievement you realize, every step forward you claim, reverberates not just in your own life, but in their joy and honor. Absorb this truth. When you stand unwavering, triumph over obstacles, and act righteously, your blessings spill beyond you, influencing your present and your lineage yet to come. As you ascend, they share in the triumph, for your flourishing revitalizes the seeds they once sowed. Your milestones become interwoven into your family's eternal chronicle, a testimonial to my steady goodness over time. Your happiness brings them delight in eternity. Your victories declare that their hope and faith were never in vain. All the goodness you cultivate on earth streams back to them, a boundless current, amplifying their existence in the timeless realm. Just as you bear their heritage, so they carry your triumphs as proof of my inexhaustible grace lavished on your family line. Be free from fear of looming hardships or dark shadows, for you are never forsaken. I, along with your ancestors, walk by your side. Stride forward in robust faith, secure in the knowledge that every blessing serves a purpose. Every test holds meaning, and every triumph illuminates the route for those who follow and pays tribute to those who led the way. Still, my beloved child, to wholly step into and receive my guardianship, insights, and favors, you must open your heart and trust. I extend a calling that demands faith in not just what you see, but also in the grander design I have woven beyond your understanding. I urge you to remain attentive to sacred whispers in moments of stillness, subtle wonders, and truths that lodge in your spirit even before your mind can fully grasp them. This trust also entails cherishing and fortifying your spiritual link with the ones who came before you. They are more than distant memories. They are a critical element of the legacy of blessings I intended for your family. They endured, prayed, and safeguarded a spiritual lineage into which you have now been grafted. Their kindness, knowledge, and guidance did not vanish. They are actively pulsating in you, emerging in your dreams, your choices, and each spark of grace you follow. When you remain in step with my plan, laying aside anxiety and clinging to my refuge, when you open yourself to the counsel of the souls that have loved you across time, wonders shift from distant hopes to present realities. You will witness my hand shaping impossibility into possibility, flinging open doors long shut. Then you will comprehend that every move forward abides under my watchful eye and the caring presence of those who journey with you. When anxieties swarm, when burdens feel too weighty, heed my call to rest. Do not allow your heart to sink into disarray or hopelessness. Turn from the turbulence of life and seek me, your solace and listening ear for each quiet ache of your soul. Let prayer be the link that unites your fragile heart with my boundless power. In these intimate times, feel my gentle embrace, shielding you from harm. So when everything appears to crumble, do not run or concede defeat. Pause, draw near to me, and let me be the haven your heart has long sought. Dear beloved Lord, I come before you today with humility, carrying the weights my family has borne through generations. You are the Lord of justice and grace, and I ask that you shatter every unseen chain, every curse, and every spiritual snare the enemy has used to afflict my lineage. I believe your authority outweighs all forces of darkness, and no power can rival your light. I bring before you every curse, deception, and malicious scheme sown into my family line by the enemy. By your Holy Spirit, I declare each and every one of these curses broken right now. Extend your mighty hand over every generation, past, present, and future, and cleanse us from all that does not come from you. Guide me, Lord, as I step into the freedom you have granted. Help me to see clearly, to recognize your presence and counsel in each moment. I surrender every dream and decision into your hands. Grant me the discernment to tell right from wrong, that I might remain steady on your path. I also lift up my ancestors, those who have walked this earth before me and might have been tricked or unknowingly drawn into harmful covenants. I pray that you nullify every dark agreement that has weighed on my family line, replacing it with a covenant of life, grace, and your immeasurable blessings. Show them mercy and give them eternal rest in the radiance of your presence. Heavenly Father, I am grateful for your unfailing love and protection over me and my loved ones. I trust that not a single curse, chain, or force can overcome your matchless might. I place my entire faith in you as I walk in the liberty you have so graciously given. In the name of Jesus Christ, who has triumphed over every dark authority, I pray. Beloved, as you stand in the fullness of your newfound freedom, remember this: the journey doesn't end here. Every step you take is a powerful declaration of victory. This moment is just the beginning of a lifetime of blessing, restoration, and divine favor. I invite you to return, for there is more to discover, more to break through, and more to receive. Each time you come back, you'll find fresh insights, powerful prayers, and the strength to continue walking boldly in the calling that I have placed upon you. So don't let this be the last time you hear these words of liberation. Subscribe, stay connected, and let your spirit continue to soar as you embrace the abundant life I've designed for you. Share this with others, for you are not just a witness to change, you are a catalyst. Together, we'll rise higher, break more chains, and step into the incredible future I've prepared. Until next time, my beloved, keep trusting, keep moving forward, and remember, you are always covered by my grace. Amen.